The ARA Foundation has been the heart of the equipment and event rental industry for 50 years. It all began in 1976 when ARA established the Rental Equipment Industry Foundation. The foundation's goal at the time was to raise funds and grant scholarships for students. These scholarships would help students take classes and courses to prepare for a career in the equipment and event rental industry. As ARA and the rental industry evolved, so has the ARA Foundation. Scholarships are still a core program offering a variety of scholarships for undergraduate, graduate, and trade school students. Additional foundation programs that have been added include disaster relief to support rental businesses and employees following natural disasters such as floods, tornadoes, wildfires, and hurricanes. Employee training assistance to provide continuing education and training for ARA certifications, commercial driving licenses, technician training for mechanical and electrical programs, and much more. The Community Impact Program through a partnership with the Toro Company Foundation to support various community initiatives and give back. And the Mentoring Program, where mentors can give back and sharpen their leadership skills to help mentees grow as their own rental career develops. These programs support the ARA Foundation's strategic goals of community impact, industry engagement, and career development, where the foundation continues to give back and support the needs of those in the equipment and event rental industry.
I think this is a great place to give back to the rental community.
I've always volunteered, I've always given to great causes, and the ARA Foundation is one of those great causes that I always get involved in.
We've always donated to the foundation or donated to community events. It's a little humbling when you're on the other side of needing help, but it was just like a warm hug from our friends, and I just knew we had their support.
Having a foundation like this gives people, younger generation, opportunities. Maybe just see where their education is. They can apply it for their job. And having a foundation like this gives you the opportunity to succeed in life.
The ARA Foundation continues to support the equipment and event rental industry, especially those looking to rebuild after tragedy, recover from disaster, renovate to offer new opportunities, and educate to open new doors. These stories share the difference the ARA Foundation continues to make for rental businesses, communities, and individuals.
My neighbor phoned and said there's a field on fire next to you, you guys should get home. And by the time we got home, the fire was upon our house and our farm, and in a matter of a couple of hours, the fire swept through, and everything we owned was in there. One of the members made me aware of the disaster relief program. It just helps lift your spirits in a really hard time.
They did help us out after Katrina. We took on 2 feet of water in our store and ruined a lot of equipment. And the foundation did help us with a lot of that. And we had people calling us from all over the country just say, hey, what can we do to help? And that was a lot.
We did a sensory garden and some building upkeep on a building up here in Chicagoland for the United Way. And it was really cool. There was a bunch of kids that came out towards the end and were able to see the process, but it was really cool to be able to give to help fill a tangible need that this organization needed. So it was really, really impactful.
I was born and raised in Lewiston, Maine, and most people know that 2 years ago we had a tragic shooting there, took the lives of a number of people from my community. At the same time, they were impacted by a storm that took out a Veterans Memorial Park right at the bridge in Lewiston. My dad's name was on one of the monuments there. They were able to build a road so that people could get in there and rebuild something that was so important to that community that had been reeling. It's made a huge impact on my life, and I can't thank the Toro Foundation and the ARA Foundation, what they did for my hometown.
We applied for the grant through ARA to send a few of our employees to do CDL training, which has been very beneficial because in the past we had to hire out drivers to do a lot of our driving. What I've seen is that it has really shown the employees that we are willing to invest in their growth. And so that helped with, morale, retention, and that's the selling point that I've used when I look for to bringing people on board.
It's a tough road paying for college, and every little bit counts out there. To have something like the ARA Foundation and the scholarships they offer to help support the financial aspect of going to college is awesome to have that opportunity. They were pretty proud of getting it, considering that we're in the rental association and all that, so it was pretty big deal. And they were very proud when they both received it. And I pushed for them to apply for it, and fortunately they were selected.
So that's why we feel it's very important to support the foundation and the members. Number one, you never know if you're going to need it yourself, but it feels good to help others in this industry.
The ARA Foundation's programs will keep evolving to support those in the equipment and event rental industry. This includes a focus on building rental professionals for the future with the mentoring program and providing a path to higher education through scholarships.
I learned that we're not alone. I'm significantly smaller compared to Jared's business, but it's refreshing to know that we still have the same issues, we still have the same troubles and woes, but then we also have the same rewards at the end of the day.
Sometimes our calls turn into therapy sessions where we talk about what's going on in the business on both sides, her side or my side. But it's cool that I have someone who can identify with, what we're going through, even though sometimes like the scale is different.
I think through the mentorship, there's been conversations about different approaches, different streams, different ways to grow, different ways to reach out. I think one of the big things was just being able to speak with my mentor and understand that the issues that I'm facing come at all levels.
Whether it was from ARA presidents or regional directors that were on the board, people at different sessions and seminars at the conventions, I always looked up to them. I was young and really needed to learn the business. When you go through that and you learn from them and you hang around in those circles, it's all about networking. That's where I learned it. And I think now that I'm of a certain age, that I believe that the only right thing to do is, now that I've gone through the board and have done my work, my association work, that my next mission is really to give back to the industry and help develop the next generation of rental leaders.
Any financial assistance is great, especially going to college. It was a big milestone in my life. It was nice to have that financial stability, especially for 4 years.
All of the ARA Foundation's initiatives would not be possible without the generous support from you in the equipment and event rental community.
I give to the ARA Foundation because it gave me a way to give back to the industry that has given so much to me.
I always like to give back to people that give to me. I've gone through those tough times where I had 4 kids that went to college, and it was quite stressful over the 8 years trying to figure out finances and everything else. When I was fortunate enough to have my kids to get help, I love to give back to those same organizations.
I give to the ARA Foundation because I believe in their purpose and what they've been doing for years. Now they're doing some philanthropic projects that I truly believe in. I think it's grown in a great direction, and I will continue to support that growth and the direction that they're going.
Let's celebrate the ARA Foundation being the heart of the rental industry for the last 50 years and continue to support the ARA Foundation for the next 50 years.